Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see fourth-year quarterback Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys as they match up with Jared Goff and the NFC champion LA Rams. I'll see you again with scores and updates at halftime. But for now, it's my distinct pleasure to hand things over to our broadcast team. It's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. I'm Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. Charles, good matchup here. A couple of playoff teams from a season ago.
And just think about how the NFL works, partner. 8 teams that made the playoffs the year before didn't make it last season. So there's always going to be parity in this league, and guys have to be ready to go. Just because you made it the year before doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get back again.
Zerline, the Rams kicker, approaches, kicks it off, and here we go from Los Angeles. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Cowboys take over with their fourth-year quarterback, Dak Prescott, at the helm. The passing yards a career high last year, close to 3,900, but protection was a problem for Dak Prescott. His 56 sacks taken were one fewer than his previous 2 years combined. They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. And the offensive starters for Dallas.
It's so good to see big number 72, Travis Frederick, back in a Cowboys uniform. Remember, he missed all of last season with Guillain-Barré syndrome. And prior to that, he'd been to the Pro Bowl 4 straight times at center. And his return, a huge boost to the offensive line. Better to have him in uniform than coaching.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
At the 50-yard line.
26 months. It's been a long day for you. Kid 21, kid 26.
Prescott now from the 50. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's taken down inside the 30. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll give to Elliott. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The starters on defense here for Los Angeles.
Clay Matthews is an absolute force. Multiple Pro Bowls as an outside linebacker. He can swing inside and create the same havoc.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, he'll have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And that'll set him back 5.
Still 3rd down.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Prescott from the gun. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
The kick by Marr is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Of course, the door for Marr was opened after a little bit of a surprise move, the Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League, where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
After the made field goal, Marr back out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Jared Goff and the Rams set to take over on offense. For Goff last year, of course, the disappointing end to a terrific season. His development really took a big step forward throughout. Nearly 4,700 passing yards, 32 touchdowns, playoff wins over the Cowboys and the Saints before that Super Bowl loss to New England. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
Out of the gun, Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
2nd quarter now from Los Angeles. It is the Rams in possession. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. They'll try and pick up the 1st with Gurley. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that 1st down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go one more.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Henderson will try and run for the 1st. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
So on 4th down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. Zuerlein, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field.
Personal foul.
I'm not sure what this is about.
Defense.
Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. They'll try to sweep with ALOHA. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner, but where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Cowboys.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Elliott.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's able to get the 1st here as he's taken down at the 25. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
First down, Prescott. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
Mike, 58, right there.
A first down throw for Prescott. Flushed out right. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
20, here we go. Go right in. Watch out.
To throw again on second down. Prescott, and now he'll tuck it and run. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. One receiver to the left is Cooper. The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Marr able to put this one through. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
After the made field goal, Marr back out there to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Goff on first down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. This one to the left to Higbee.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Let's see what you got.
Now a draw as Goff gives to Gurley. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. Right side complete. That's Woods. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it. And that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Final play of the half. Prescott rolling to his right. So we have reached halftime here with not much scoring between these two teams. 6-6 our score. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman.
We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. But they are all even to this point. So to see if either side can pull away, Let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the start of the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. All even through one half of football as we get back underway in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. We have not seen much on offense from either side these last few drives. It has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Crunch time, defense.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. The tackle by Robert Quinn.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Another carry now for Gurley. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
Byron Jones brought him down. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Here's Goff. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go, D.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Byron Jones brought him down. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line.
180. Mike 54. Mike 54. Come on. You better bring it.
Again, it's Henderson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The Rams on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's a give to Brown. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Now Goff on first down. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Rams are in for 6. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And it's up and good to extend the lead to 13-6. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On second down, Elliott. Well, they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Randall Cobb, 81 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. It's right through, and we are now tied at 13. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half. Tied after the first two drives of the third quarter, one for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Face mask. Defense.
And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
The face mask moves them all the way out past the 40 now for first down.
Ain't no such thing as a look.
Here's Goff. Open man right side is Cup, complete.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. And that one's complete to Gurley. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. On first down, it's Goff. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. All told, they get 13 yards on that play.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Throwing again on second down. Goff throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Gerald Everett is tight end, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
3rd down and 3 yards to go.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Goff throwing again. And got him in. It's Woods. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. From the red zone now, Goff. He's got Higbee complete right side. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
On 1st and goal, Gurley refusing to, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A 4-yard touchdown run, and the Rams have broken our tie as they take the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Zerline out now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Last year, Dak Prescott had 3 fourth-quarter comebacks, and he's in search of another one right now. Prescott looks to throw on first. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Prescott. Caught left side by Cobb. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
A gain of 10 yards, and it's third down.
The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Prescott from the gun. On the move to his left. He may try and run for this. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Out of the gun, Goff. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
A gain of 12 brings up 2nd down at the 39-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Leighton Vander Esch, 3rd in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year. There on the stop. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down, L.A. Goff finding Higbee. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They go play action here on 1st down. He completes it to Evans. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
I'm trying to collect.
Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. The Rams on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Things just got interesting. They try for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up, but they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, 55 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, a long touchdown pass into the end zone. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Now Goff. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Now it's Goff. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, and it's second down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Goff now to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Now Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. Two huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on second down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die fourth down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They are just brimming with it right now.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Prescott now, option right. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. And remember here, no timeouts.
And this may be a case of too little, too late, unless they throw one towards the end zone and get a Hail Mary.
Down to 7 seconds now, 6.
26, Mike. 26, Mike.
Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
First throw in overtime for Goff. He gets it to Gurley, complete.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
That's trash. That's trash.
Here's Goff. And his throw here's incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. So 3rd down coming up. And Charles, I guess the question for me, where does 4-down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less, because you got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think...
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now what can Prescott do in the OT? Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, they come after him, and it's blocked. It's picked up. Remember, the ball is live. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us, because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for anyone, but boy, I love to see games finish that way.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Rams are victorious here as we say so long from Exposition Park in L.A.